Thanks, Rakesh. So, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to day two of India BSF Back to School Bootcamp 2021. Today we are having first session on Power BI permission management and role level security by Yogen, followed by other session on various subjects by our speakers. I will share the today's schedule in the chat so that people can join uh, their interested sessions as well. Just like yesterday, today also we are going to have a quiz at the end of day and two lucky winners will be rewarded by exciting prize. So without much further delay, I would like to invite Yogendra for his session. Hi Yogendra.
Okay,
Uh, Hi.
thanks, Bharat.
So over to you.
I hope you all can see my screen. Bharat, can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Maybe now.
No.
Now can you see?
No. It's still not started sharing.
Yes.
If you want, you can share entire screen so that
Yeah, I'm showing interest because I will be switching multiple slides, right?
okay.
Okay. It's not coming still?
No, it is not coming.
Okay, let me drop and join back.
Sure. So, sorry, folks, there must be a technical glitch. So, Yogendra will be joining soon. So, meantime, I will share the agenda of today's sessions. So, our first session will be on the Power BI permission management. So, that will be presented by Yogendra, followed by another session by Kasan on the landed cost in T365 in SCM. At later point of time, we will have a sticks to basic that will be presented by Satya Kejriwal and Anand Singh. After that, we will have a session on accruals in Dynamics 365 Finance by Vikas Vaishya. And there are some more sessions as well.
Hey,
Hi,
Bharat.
Yogendra. Yep.
Now can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible. Thank you for
Wow.
joining.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. And I know most of us joining from India and some other locations. So it's a late. If it's late for you, I apology, but I will try to create this session as interactive as much I can. Okay, and parallelly, if you can ask the questions, so we can make this more interactive and collaborative. So today the topic is in Power BI role level security. So when we develop the report, right, there is a requirement that we are going to talk about the agenda. But most of you already know me. My name is Yogendra Bharadwaj. I go by short name Yogi. I am a Microsoft certified trainer, Azure solution architect, Azure data engineer, Power BI architect. And you can read my profile, but my habit is learning new skills. Okay, so I will keep try to update myself, and my simple funda is I will be learning till last breath. If you want to follow me, you can follow in my LinkedIn profile. I'm not very much active on Twitter, but if you message me on LinkedIn, definitely I can help you. Let's go for agenda for today. So first, we will understand the requirement, why we need a role level security, what type of role level security is there. Then what we will do, we will develop a quick report, Power BI report, define the role and rules in Power BI desktop, publish the report to Power BI online service, complete the security model configurations, verify our configuration, and then we will go for Q&A round. So this is the simple agenda for today. So before we talk about this one, right, I will just go to my this report. This is my Power BI report, and let's take the example. You are working for an organization where they are having a sales at India level, and they have divided in India in four regions, right? North or five regions, maybe north, east, south, west, central. And you have developed a sales report. But the requirement is based upon the logged in user territory, user should be able to see the data. So they have the sales head or salesperson. If somebody from the east, they can only see the east data. Right now, you can see in region I have central, east, and west. And right inside, I can see the total sales and profit percentage as well. So now, how to achieve this requirement? That's a interesting part. Number one, challenge. Number two, I want to render my report based upon the logged in user. So not by the reason, by the user. Because what happened, right? In first case, what you can do, you can have bunch of people belongs to one group. Maybe you come up with the idea, okay, I will create the four report. That's not a good idea because whenever any modifications or anything happen, you will be replicating your changes at the multiple places. So for achieve that kind of functionality, Power BI provide the functionality called row level security. There you can define the roles, and associate those roles. You can create the rules. So role and rule is talking to your data based upon the configuration you specified. So that's a one requirement. Second requirement is maybe you say, okay, I just want to show the data based upon logged in user. So by user. So not by role, by user. So if I go to Power BI site that I have already in place, I have already published this file, and you can see here I have central, east, west, and based upon the region, I can see my units by count of units by products, how many products we have sold, total sale by district. So all the data you can see. But now what business is saying, if let's example, I'm taking the name here for the Bharat. Bharat is belongs to central region and he is responsible for central region sales. Whenever Bharat login, he should see only central. He should not have the option for east and west. So whenever Bharat login, he can only see east. No, sorry, he can see only central, no east and west. Similarly, I am responsible for east region. So whenever I log in, I should see only east region. So in that case, I'm just focusing on the stuff that I supposed to do that. I don't need to worry about central region because I'm only responsible for east region. But there can be a requirement for Rakesh is responsible for east and central. In that case, we can have another scenarios. So to cover all these multiple type of scenarios, Power BI provide functionality called role level configuration. So in role level configuration, you can set up roles and achieve this requirement. Okay. So now what I will do, let's take this as a sample example here. I will go and create a new Power BI file. Get data. I'm going to connect Excel data here. I already have my file connected. Okay, I will see transform. So this is the, nothing new. This you all know how to connect to Excel, get the data. Now we have everything in place. I will just go and say close and apply. Right now, the data is not much, this first time configuration taking time. But if you are facing issues, performance in loading data time and all, you can refer to my yesterday session where you can find all the tips and tricks how you can reduce this time. So I will say day 2. I'm pretty sure you all are also aware about this relationship. Power BI is smart enough based upon your column values and names is try to build the relationship for you automatically. But again, it's your responsibility to go and review each and every relationship because sometimes it can be an issue. Like maybe you need a bi-directional relationship or maybe you need a one-direction relationship. So you can go and review the relationship. If you go to manage relationship, you can check each and every relationship and based upon if you say right single, if you need bi-direction, you can do that. I will just hit the cancel here. Now we have the data ready. What I will do, I will go to my geolocation and I will download my region here and I have my three regions here. What I will do just to expedite this, interesting. Okay. Okay, this is not working. Why I'm going to tell you. On this, I have a measure actually that I have created. So if you can see the calculation group I have created, and the measure is total sales. So what we will do, we will go here, copy the measure, and under sales, we will create a new measure, total sales. Go here. In that measure, what I am doing, I can show you quickly. So I'm getting how many unit we have sold and what is the unit price. So this way I'm calculating total sales by district. And also I want to see my total sale by region as well. Okay, now if I go and publish this file, till now I have not done anything new that you guys don't know. This is just simply creating a Power BI, and we all know how to create the Power BI file and report. So once this is done, we are going to complete the configuration that our objective for today is. So this is published, right? But in Power BI Online, also it's not going to do anything new. Okay, we already have the file, and I can see central, east, west. But now to achieve the configuration, what I will do, I will go to modeling section. Under modeling section, if you see, you have the option called manage roles. So you can see the manage roles. You click on the manage roles. Now you can create the roles here. So what I will do, I will create the first role for central, then east, then west. And I was giving the scenario, I have one more role that I need to create for Rakesh because he belongs to east and west both. But now how these roles know how to connect the data. So here if you go to in the role, you have the option to create a rule. So if you see in my entire relationship, geo table is the decision making. I will show you again, go back to the relationship and I will show you how it's decision making. But if I filter my data based upon region here, my entire table is connected to each other, will filter the data for me. So what I will do for central, I will put the value central here. Now for east, I will go for east region. And if you will see again in geolocation, I will go, I can create a new filter or I can use the existing one. And here is this is a DEX expression. You can use this verification button. You can verify your DEX expression. Again, I will go for west region. And if you have noticed, I have skipped the east and west purposely. I will to go for type the west here, verify, and now I will go for east region. I can copy anyone, east or west, right? But now here, this is a simple filter, dex filter criteria we all using in our measure, but here we are using to defining the rule. So what I will do, I will copy this rule and using double pipe, I can make the end expression. So either east or sorry, east or west region data will come using this filter. Now I will hit the save. So now if I go back here in my geolocation, so if you see this is connected to customer dimension, geo dimension table, everything is connected to each other. So once I make the filter here, I start making the filtering other data. So now how to verify this? I have created my role, but how I verify it's working or not? So if you see view as option is there and using this you can verify. So I will select the central and now you can see this entire report is filtered for central and in fact it's not talking about any other regions. So if I'm a user, for me east or west does not exist here. If I will go here, right, in filter section here also you will see it's not something if somebody has the access to filter. This entire data filter based upon the role you have selected. Similarly, you can verify this for east and west region. East and west, and here also east and west. Again, you can go and verify west region. So this way you can see your data is keep getting filtered based upon the role you have specified. I will stop filtering. I will go and publish this report again. So now once this report published, right, the question which is coming in my mind, how Power Based Service know, okay, Rakesh belongs to east and west region, Bharat belongs to central region, and I am belong to east region. Because still we have not specified any user system, right? We just created the roles. And this is very common, right? What happened, right? People create this report, define the roles and publish the Power BI file and then say, oh, my report is not working because you have not still tell your Power BI service how to utilize those roles. So if I go here, nothing has changed in this report from the UI wise. But if I go to my data set here, settings, sorry, security, in security, I can see the same roles here. Now, here I have to put the email address for the person that belongs to central region, email address for the person who belongs to east region, and east and west, the similarly here. Right now, I'm not having an email address for Bharat or Rakesh, but still I want to test this. So Power BI provide the functionality which says after the role, test as role. Now you can see because I have a now viewing as east and west. If you can see here, so my region is east and west, and I can filter still using east or west. But now I want to check the central. Select the central, apply. because east was selected here, so it's not going. But if you can see here, now central is there. Similarly, I can check for east. So this way you can create a role, then define the rule for data filtering, publish your report, go to dataset, update the securities, and specify the users. There is one drawback in this. I have to manage my users at two places. Number one, I have to grant the permission. And second, I have to specify here who belongs to which group. If you're looking for workaround, the first, I would suggest you can use the security groups. In that case, what happened, right? You added the group here and added the group in the permission section as well. And now you have to manage your users only at one places at the group. You don't need to come back your row level security management or your Power BI permission. You can manage everything from your security group or Office 365 group. So this way you can overcome with this extra burden. But if you are not having a security group anything, then definitely you have to add your user to places and always remember who is where. Multiple type of verification or validation you need to perform. There is one more scenario where I can see it's not, this option is also not feasible for a scenario, business scenario that I'm going to talk about. Because here, right, I have to create multiple rows. If somebody comes say, okay, I am responsible for West and Central, then again new role. East, sorry, West and Central. So multiple roles we need to create, right? We need to keep creating the new roles here. And what is the second drawback is here? Whenever you need to create a new role, you have to create the role in Power BI and publish the report. Technically, you have not make any UI changes or model changes just to achieve the manage the new role. You are manipulating your Power BI file and publishing again. And I can understand while working in a large scale enterprise, it's hard to push these kind of changes. And business asks for a solid, like a concrete solution where we can avoid these kind of scenarios, publishing report for managing permission. But before I go talk about that, do you guys have any questions? I will just take like a 1 minute pause here. Okay. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to the chat window. As you know, this is very interesting, right? When you work for a large organization and they have different type of the one common report for the leadership and downstream people. Using this approach, you can utilize one report for multiple places. You can split the data, right, based upon the logged in user group, location, whatever the criteria you have.
Yogendra, I have one question.
Mhm.
So, if we want to export the permissions from the Power BI role permissions setup in the Excel and modify it and again import it back, so is there any way to perform this particular activity? Because I often seen that customer are asking that We would like to have all the permissions in the Excel so that we can uh, do certain modification or adjustment and then re-import it back with necessary users tag to respective roles.
Very good question, Bharat. So first of all, Power BI does not provide anything for this. The way I am managing and proposing to my customers, right? Okay, and the solution that I am implementing, right? What I do, I use security groups. Okay, and from you can make a separate Power BI file, and you can connect to your Active Directory using that. Once you connect to Active Directory using this is separate Power BI file, you can say permission management, and you can select all your groups. You can download the data and you can display the data in Power BI itself, and then you can say who belongs to which group. Business can review everything, how you nicely create a Power BI report. So you can help them instead of playing in Excel, they can play in the Power BI as well. But anyway, they can export the data and they can give you back, and then you can work with your AD team to load the data back. But Power BI not providing any great functionality for user management. If you go for their recommendations, they always say use the security group, distribution group, Office 365 group. But that's the question you asked that is specific to managing Power BI permission. But that part, if you are really having that kind of scenarios, the current solution that I explained here, it's going to be overhead for on top of that. So the solution that I'm going to talk about just for managing permission for data controlling, they're going to help just for managing data access, but not for permission management. So in next, I'm going to talk about instead of creating these multiple roles, how I can smartly manage my data. So, but in nutshell, right, Power BI does not provide anything. They just say you use Office 365 group, and the solution that I propose here, you can create AD groups, Office 365 group, so create a separate Power BI file permission management and connect those group, download the data or sync the data in your Power BI file, and then from there you can export.
Thank you, Yugandhar.
Yeah, Sagar, if I do not have the right access to data sub entity, then I observe that I can still read data or read data from Power BI report. So is there any way we can restrict the access? Sagar, I will take this question from my homework because still I have not start playing with data sir. So I really don't know. You are saying you do not have the permission, but still you can read. That's something surprising for me. But yeah, I will say I have not started exploring data sir still. Okay, Sagar. Okay, yeah, yeah. But if you can just send me your email or something, right? I can reply back. But I need to explore that. Okay, so let's move further. So now the scenario is here, right? If I go in modeling tab, manage roles, and the system is asking me to create the role for each and every combination. That's really something hard for creating the role for each and every requirement and predict as well and publishing as well. So the best way for this solution is if I go to my original file, if you see, I have created a file, new table called access management. You can create this access management table into your Power Apps as well. And from there, you can connect here. And what you are doing there actually, You are creating a new entry every time in Power Apps and select the region and put the person name. So maybe you can make if I just take the Power App example, application example, you can select multiple region and add the person email and update. So here what happened, right? That number of entry get created for you. Now what I will do, I will just go and create a new table here in transform data. I will go and create a user email region central east west east central. Yog 1 is belongs to central, yog 2 belongs to east, and west, yog 3 belongs to east and central. So I can have multiple IDs here and multiple regions, and I can give the name to this to say access management, data access management, not permission access management. So now if I go to my relationship tab, and if you can see, where is my new table is here. So if you can see, what I can do, I can connect this region. And I will say from data access management, filter this one. So now what will happen, right? Now we will need only one role. Now if we come back here, go to modeling tab, manage role, we don't need anything here now. We can delete all these roles. And we can say data access MGT. Now if I go for rule here, now what I will do, I will clear the filter this one, and on my data access management, I will filter the filter here and say here user principal name must be talking looking for a spelling. user principal name. So what it will does actually. So once you publish this report in Power BI online, whenever this rule get execute for you, it will bring the email address of the logged in user. Once this rule knows who is a logged in user, based upon this, it will filter the data. What it will do, it will filter the data for reason. Your reason table is connected to your geo reason. This way, your all data get filtered for you. So using this approach, you are creating only one role, and based upon your access management table, maybe because if business wants to manage or operation team wants to manage, you can create a separate table like maybe in Power Apps or wherever you want, and you can just read the table into your Power BI file for data access management. And whenever any changes happen dynamically, the same changes get reflected immediately into Power BI online service. So this way, you will not be adding any burden or overhead to your report management. And also you are giving the liberty to manage data access manage permission outside of Power BI. So now if I go back here, again my this report backs to normal. But if we go here in the security tab, this time what I have to do, I have to provide my either all the users or user group. So once you provide the user group, it automatically render the logged in user name and pass it to your Power BI service. You can see it's pulling up my name. I can add and save. But now the magic is going to be happen here. It still is not working because it's not taking my name properly. So once your name configuration and everything in place, this report will start rendering for you the way you expect. Yeah, I will publish. So this way you can manage your Power BI data level permissions. So you can use one report for different audience, and based upon the audience level or scope, you can filter the data by row. So that's the reason it's called row level security. So if you can say by role and by individual, so the first approach is by role and second approach is by individual. So you can define this. And next one is static versus dynamic. So again, so in case of static versus dynamic means a role I call as a static, and dynamic where based upon whenever you add the user or change the permission, immediately get reflected. Yeah, so pretty much, I am on the end of my session, and now this platform is open for you guys to ask the questions. Okay, so if you have any questions, we can talk about it. And Rakesh and all the organizers, right? They have arranged the gifts for you. So keep attending all the sessions, and end of the day, there will be a session quiz, and you can get these books. These both books are very good. Yesterday, Fawad explained about these books, so definitely it can help you to learn new things. Yes, Sagar, thank you so much for sharing your email. I will just look into your question and I will reply back to you. Or maybe, Rakesh, what do you think, right? We already have the group, Power Platform group, right? So,
Yes.
Sagar, it would be nice, right, if you can pose the question there. So, not only me, right, my other friends, like community members, right, they can help you get the answer. But I will ensure you get the answer.
Yeah, that makes sense, Yogendra.
Yeah. Guys, any questions? And if you have any other Power BI question, I'm happy to answer because we still have time left. So, not only for this topic, right? If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I can see there is one question for you, Yogendra.
Mhm. Yeah. So, Sagar, I will send you, our India Office 360, the Dynamics 365 group, which we are talking about. I will give you the link.
Okay, I think with that we'll take a pause now, Yogendra. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being with us. Back
Yeah.
to back two sessions, yesterday's one
Yeah.
and today's one.
Most welcome.
Really appreciate.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really
Nice.
appreciate your effort and patience. Right? I can easily see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So,
with
Rakesh,
yeah,
just 30 seconds, right? Amit has a
I can
question.
I
Paper
can see
group.
there is a one question. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. So, Amit, it's 100% applied. So, only if you just go and read the article, I can post the article here. It's only not available for the live data. So, it's available for impact, import data and direct query, but live data is not available. So, I'm just going to ping the article. So, just go and check the limitation sections. But if you're importing, I'm saying yes, whatever I explained you is 100% applicable. Yeah, thanks, Amit.
Okay. So with that, thank you very much, Yogendra.